Here we are at the Thriller Chiller Film Festival in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I have Eric Power and his wife Alicia and the lovely little Lily. Eric,
Yeah.
first tell me, how did you become interested? Oh, you are the director, producer, creator of the movie Path of Blood?
Yeah. That's kind of one-man showed it, except small crew. Had some sound people, musicians, translators, voice actors, but budgetary constraints required that I do it myself and animate the thing and do all that. So yes.
Well, it was awesome. Very good.
Thank you.
It was kind of like South Park meets Kurosawa or something along those lines.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And how did you become interested in becoming a director, artist, producer, everything?
Well, I got the art bug in college. I originally started college thinking I was going to be a computer scientist and write code all day because I had a dream that I might make video games in the future. And then I looked around orientation and I didn't see any girls, and so I realized that this is not the life for me. So I also really loved art. So I kind of became an artist, and animation fell into place. I had a small stint working on Waking Life, Richard Linklater's film, doing some rotoscoping when I was 17. And I got to work with all these really talented animators and artists, and watching them do their thing and working with them. I was doing kind of in-between stuff because I was young, but it was very inspiring, and I knew that animation was something I wanted to do, and just kind of been rocking it.
Very cool. Who do you find to be your inspirations?
I look to a lot of film directors. I love Kurosawa, really into Hayao Miyazaki, obviously. You know, he's pretty much godfather of the new age of animation, and he stopped making films, and hopefully we can carry the mantle, because I don't know if there's anyone right now that can replace him. Maybe it's one of us. But other than that, I just look to mostly cinema, like I said.
So how did you, tell me about your current project.
Currently, well, obviously there's Path of Blood, which is going on right now. I also do a lot of stuff on the side. Are you asking about like future production?
Oh, well, no, the Path of Blood, your current project.
Okay, yeah. Path of Blood is an animated samurai film set in about 1614, early era of the Tokugawa shogunate. So for those history buffs, it's right after Tokugawa Ieyasu won the decisive victory at the Battle of Sekigahara, 10 years after that. So there's this backstory to it, but the basis to the film is it's a traveling ronin who's just looking for a place to earn a buck, and he hears rumors of a path leading deep into the forest that promises some income if he can use a sword, and that's all he knows. So he kind of sets off towards the path, and from there just kind of encounters crazy ninja and political intrigue and whatnot.
I must say your special effects were amazing.
Oh yeah.
Actually, they were hilarious at times.
The paper effects?
Yes, exactly. The very creative. One of the key marks of a lot of thriller and horror movies is creativity in the death of the characters.
Right, yeah, that was a fun part for sure.
And you definitely got creative there.
Yeah, the film's very violent. It's called Path of Blood for a reason.
Right, a lot of paper blood.
But it's also paper, like he said. So it's very kind of tongue-in-cheek and, kind of playful, I think.
Yeah, the one scene that sticks to my mind, the battle scene where the guy gets his hand chopped off and his opponent picks it up and stabs him through the throat with it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Everybody likes that scene.
It was really pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, you studied art in college?
No, I'm self-taught.
You're self-taught?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you changed art for the girls.
I studied art history. I decided that in order to learn about art, rather than going the studio art course, I would go art history and learn from the masters. So I studied the Roman artists, and Van Gogh, Picasso,
South Park,
Kazimir Malevich. South Park.
I've got to say, on that terms, your art is definitely a few steps above South Park.
Well, thanks. They started out with paper animation, but they moved to digital pretty early on.
It was just the first episode, right?
Yeah, their pilot episode was paper animation, and that one's pretty cool.
Right.
And then they moved to Maya, I think, to give it like the paper feel. What I love about working in paper and stop motion in general is everything's moving digital now. We get CG films, you know, there's a little bit of hand-drawn stuff coming out of Japan and stuff like that, but mostly kind of the traditional forms of animation are left in the past. And I think that it can be brought into the future where we are now. So I use cut paper, I use it in a digital way. I'm shooting with digital cameras, I'm doing tricks with editing, and I'm shooting green screen and stuff like that. So my whole thing is bringing the traditional forms of animation back into hopefully a mainstream kind of audience. So with Path of Blood, I was hoping to create something a little crazy, kind of my debut film, something that is a calling card to say, look what I can do by myself. Now, can someone please give me some money so I can do something even crazier?
Yeah. Speaking of Path of Blood, where will it be available?
I'm planning on releasing it digitally in January.
Okay.
And then from there, I'm trying to build up some special features and whatnot, commentary tracks to release it on hopefully DVD, Blu-ray, and the whole thing. But I think things are kind of moving digitally, and it's another thing about the future of filmmaking, in my opinion. It's in the hands of us creators, because we can control our art from creation through distribution. So I'm hoping to get in with that and kind of set this new path and take a big risk and see if it works.
Very cool. What's your next work that you're going to be working on?
I'm in the middle of a screenplay for a shadow animated film. I don't know if shadow animation is the proper term. It's also known as silhouette film. I don't know if you're familiar with the adventures of Prince Achmed.
No, I'm not.
It's the very first feature animated film ever produced that has survived. There's one that might have burnt in a fire from Argentina, but it was made by Lotte Reiniger in Germany, and it's kind of a fantasy story. It's got Aladdin and the Magic Lamp, and it's all silhouette animation, which is paper cutouts lit from below, and so it's all black, kind of like Chinese puppet plays, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm planning to do a kind of, not really an updated version of that, because I have my own story, but use the advancements in the past 100 or so, not 100 years, it's 82 years, and create a new kind of vision with a live musical accompaniment and the whole thing. And then other than that, I mean, I've got a slew of other projects, children's books and things like that, music videos to pay the bills.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What music videos have you done?
I've done about 33 music videos for a ton of different artists. It's pretty much the bread and butter that keeps the operation moving full steam ahead. Right now I'm working on a shadow animated film, music video for country singer Gretchen Peters.
Very
it's gonna
cool.
be pretty cool. It's got a lot of murder in it.
A lot of murder in it?
Yeah.
Blood everywhere?
There's going to be some blood.
Very cool. So where are you based out of?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Beautiful area.
I love Austin.
So now just for a pure personal curiosity, how did you two meet?
Well, we were actually neighbors, so we lived in the same apartment complex, and we ran into each other the last day of your 20s.
Of my 20s.
Yeah, but it was the day before his 30th birthday.
Really?
We ran into each other out on the balcony, and we shared some tea and got to know each other. It was the day before Thanksgiving? Day after Thanksgiving.
Was it after? Yeah, it was after.
Yeah, and that's where we met. And we actually come from way different backgrounds, so even though he left the
She's a
sciences...
You're a scientist, really?
Yeah.
Paleontologist, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
So he left the sciences to find women, I guess. And
I had to return to the sciences.
yeah,
They're all along.
we only met because we were next door neighbors,
Yeah.
basically. So it's pretty serendipitous.
She's getting her PhD.
Yeah.
She's smart.
I like the way he says that. She's smart.
I just make violent samurai films.
With paper. So let me ask. I like to close my interviews by offering my interviewees the opportunity to tell me something weird and wonderful about yourselves.
Okay.
Do you have any interesting anecdotes, a little story that would fall in that category?
I'll let you start.
Okay, well, since I am a paleontologist, I've had the opportunity to go to a lot of cool places. And one of the coolest things I did was when I was pregnant with Lily. I was about 5 months pregnant. I went to Australia in the outback for a month catching lizards.
Really?
Yeah. So it's pretty cool, I think.
It's interesting.
That is very
Yeah.
cool.
I was at home worried sick.
I can imagine. What
I was
kind
actually finishing Path of Blood when she was in Australia.
Yeah.
So I was busy working on the latter fight scenes in the film.
what kind of lizards were you catching?
I was after geckos. We went for all kinds of lizards because of the group I was with, but my specialty's in geckos.
Those are pretty safe.
Yeah. It was just being out in the outback pregnant for a month, camping and
Yeah, that's got to be scary.
yeah, it was scary. It was fun, but I was ready to come home.
Can't run as fast that way either.
He actually made a nice
A
little,
little paper thing for riding a kangaroo.
yeah.
That's how she got around. In
She
my
ate
imagination,
lizards.
that's what she was doing.
Yeah.
I'm sticking to my story.
What about you, Eric? Do you have anything interesting you'd like to share with the viewers?
Sure, watch this. I can break my thumb. Ugh. Yes.
So you're a little bit double jointed there?
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much. And from Grand Rapids, Michigan at the UICA Theater, this has been the Weird Review.